All right. Good morning, everybody. So glad to have you today as we dive into a practice that will encourage us to let ourselves be supported, and not just by something like blocks, but also just by our feet, by our breath, as we kind of move through. So let's begin on our back with our knees bent, feet on the ground, and if you have a block, you can place it in between your knees here. So just to feel that compression. So taking a moment to settle, feel yourself supported by the ground beneath you. Feeling whatever is directly underneath you. So mat, and then wood floor, carpet, grass. And just for a moment, thinking of the layers that exist underneath you that are holding you up. And then take your arms down by your sides with the backs of the palms up. And just moving our arms to begin. We'll inhale, the arms come all the way up, let the backs of the palms just grace the ground, and then exhale, bring the arms back. A very slow movement. And if you can match the pace of your arms with your breath. So you exhale on the way down. As you inhale and the arms lift, feel a lightness underneath them, like there's a gentle breeze. If you've been in Colorado over the last 24 hours, we don't know a gentle breeze, but we can create one here. And if you have that block in between your knees, just gently pushing into it, engaging the legs as we move the arms. Twice more here. Last one. So pause here, go ahead and let the hands rest down by your side. Take an inventory of where you're at. And same motion with our arms, but this time we'll add the hips. So as we inhale, hips rise, chest comes up towards the chin. And then we exhale, roll the spine down. You can really tuck the tailbone and get some articulation in the spine. So here we go. Inhale, dynamic bridge pose. Keep the neck neutral. Exhale, roll it down. Let's do 3 more. Inhale it up. Still feeling that lightness in the arms and feeling that in the hips as well. And then as you roll the spine back down, pushing the spine into the mat. I think we have 1 more. And then we'll bring the knees in towards the chest. You can keep let's remove the block. And extend your arms so that the arms are lengthened here. So the knees move as far away from your torso as they need to so that your arms can be stretched long. And then as we exhale, bend the right knee and bend the right elbow, bring it in towards the chest. Inhale, right knee comes back to center. Exhale, bend the left knee in towards the chest. And alternate. So we exhale as we bring the knee in. Inhale as we extend. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale up. So just alternating here. Let's take one more each side. Now bring both knees in. And if it feels good to really wrap the arms around the knees, you can do that. As you pull the knees in, let the tailbone lengthen down towards the mat. Move the shoulders down away from the ears. Feel the compression of thighs to belly. One more breath in. And then as we release, we'll extend the legs up towards the sky or ceiling and then open your arms up to a cactus here. So take a moment, flex the feet. Deep breath in. And then exhale, come into a little ball. So chin can tuck and you can lift your head or you can keep your head on the mat. Again, inhale, letter L, feet towards the sky, flex through the legs. And exhale, come into a ball. Again, inhale, lift the legs. And exhale, come into a ball. And one more. Inhale up. Exhale into a ball. Keep the right knee in and extend the left leg out for a moment. Flex through the left foot and feel the space in between your right knee and your left foot. One more breath in. And then bring the left knee in. Take your hands over to the left knee. Extend the right leg out. One more breath in. And then bring the right knee in. So we'll take the arms out to a cactus or a T. Do a little bit of core work with a twist here. So as we exhale, both knees drop over to the left side. Just let them hover. Good. Inhale back up through center and exhale the knees to the right side. So move with your own breath here. Not a contest of speed. Just letting the legs drop over, using the core. You lift them back up. Exhale as we set them down. Inhale back through center. Exhale, set them down to the other side. Moving gently. And noticing how the twist feels as we try to create a little bit more space on each side. So next time that you are on the left, we'll let the legs come down to the ground. And again, another place where you could use a block, either to support under the knee or in between the knees. So we'll keep the shoulders grounded, gaze up at the ceiling or over to the right. And let yourself sink into the twist. And maybe you notice that you need the block at the start, then you change where it goes. Bringing breath all along the right side. Bringing the breath wherever it feels tight. Is there a way to soften? One more breath in. And then as we exhale, we'll come back through center here and then let the knees fall to the right. So maybe taking a block with you on this side, noticing what's similar, what's different. And as you meet those places of resistance, maybe it's helpful to just back out of it a little bit and then let yourself come back in. Maybe you don't go in as deep. Maybe on this side you use 2 blocks. We'll take 2 more breaths on this side. And exhale, release. Come back up through center. Please set the block aside. We'll just take a squeeze of the knees. And then we'll come up however you'd like to come up. And get ourselves into tabletop position. You can bring the blocks with and place them, oh gosh, hi Stella, place them underneath your hands to begin if you'd like. So just elevating a bit here in tabletop as we do some cat and cow, and notice that, you know, what sort of access do you gain when you have the blocks here? So hands underneath shoulders and knees underneath hips. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest and chin, lift the tailbone, and exhale, push down through hands and feet. Chin to chest, belly button to spine. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, round it up. Take 2 more here. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, round. And last one, inhale, come forward. And exhale, round. We'll find a neutral spine here. And then let's take the right leg back, lift from the heel. Right arm really pushes into the ground, then extend the left arm. So if you have the block here, as you push down, see what kind of lift you gain. Inhale, reach and extend. And exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. And again, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Plant the left hand, and then take the right leg back, stretch through the calf here. We'll come into side plank here. So now the block will be under your left hand if you're using it. Plant the left hand down underneath your shoulder, and then peel the right arm up, all the way up towards the ceiling. Push down through the outer edge of your right foot. And then let's inhale, right arm up and over the head, fingertips towards the front of your space. Exhale slowly as you bring the arm in an arc, landing down by your waist. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, down by the waist. One more. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down. There's just a big crash in my house. Everybody okay? Okay. Inhale up. Let's exhale, bring the leg through. We'll come into a low lunge here. So right hip back. And then let's inhale, arms up above your head, coming into a nice strong lunge. Inhale, reach through the fingers. Exhale, sink into the lunge, just spit cactus through the arms. Inhale, rise up, so just leaning back a bit. Exhale, come forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. So adding on here, we'll inhale, sort of straighten this front leg. As we exhale, we'll cactus the arms, come into a little bit of a back bend here. Bring the hands down towards the earth, and then lunge the body forward. Arms come all the way up. We'll do this standing as well. So straighten that leg, cactus, let the arms come down like you're scooping up water. And come back up one more time here. Straighten the leg, cactus the arms, fingers down. Inhale, come forward. Hands come down on either side of your foot or to a block, and we'll plant the left hand and inhale the right arm up for a twist. So really push your big toe of the right foot down and then move the right hip back. One more breath in. And exhale, release both hands to the mat. Let's take the right leg back. So back into tabletop here. A round of cat and cow to reset the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. Lift the chest and chin. And exhale, round through the spine. Now we'll extend the left leg back. Heel towards the ceiling, toes towards the earth. And then maybe right arm comes forward. Reach and extend. And exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. And inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Set the right hand down. Extend the left leg back, toes to the earth. Take a moment to stretch through the calf. And then we'll come to side plank. Right hand underneath right shoulder. And take your time as you peel this arm up and then open up through the chest. If it feels comfortable in the neck, just take a moment to look at your hand. Feel this length, push down through the outer edge of the left foot. And then let's inhale the arm up and over our head. And exhale down by your side. Inhale up and over. Exhale it down. Inhale up and over. Exhale it down. Coming back through tabletop here with the leg extended, and then bring it through for a low lunge on this side. And so make sure that the hips are square, your left knee is over your left ankle, and then when you're ready, inhale and rise up, low lunge. Breathe in, reach the fingers up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, sink into the lunge, cactus the arms. Inhale to rise, exhale to bend. Inhale, rise, exhale, bend. Great, and then we'll take it around this little water wheel. So inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, cactus the arms, slight back bend. As the arms come down around, fingers move like you're going through water and coming back up. So making it a nice fluid motion. Inhaling it up, exhaling it back. One more time. We'll pause with arms lifted. And then exhale, reach forward, hands come down to the ground or to the blocks. And plant the right hand, and then inhale the left arm up. Twist. Push the left hip back. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. One more in. And exhale, release both hands to the ground. Step your foot back. So here in tabletop, a little bit of core work. We'll tuck the toes and then just lift the knees. So our shins are hovering over the earth. Hands are pushing into the ground or into the blocks. Let's take 3 more breaths here. And exhale, release the knees down. Let's take the knees wide and then sit yourself back into child's pose. You can use the blocks under your hips or your forehead if that feels good. You can also just extend them out in front of you and let the fingers rest on top of them. So ideally, forehead is in contact with the mat or block. And a chance to reconnect with your breath. Let's take 2 more breaths while we're here. And as we rise up, come through tabletop here. Realign your legs. Get the hands out a little bit in front of you. And we're going to come into downward dog. So you can do that with the blocks underneath your hands, or you can put them underneath your feet if that feels good. So we'll tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. And just take a moment to pedal out through the feet. Maybe you try it with the block and without the blocks and notice what feels good. The whole purpose of using the blocks is to allow you to be in the pose in a more comfortable way. It can also be a way to create depth, but to also feel supported. So let's inhale the right leg up. One-legged, not one-legged, 3-legged dog here. Go ahead and bend the knee for just a moment. Keep pushing down through the shoulders so that those stay even. And then inhale the leg back to center and then bring it through to a lunge. The hands are down on either side of the right foot. And then we'll just put the left foot into position for warrior 1. So your heel is down, your toes are out to 10 o'clock. And then when you're ready, inhale and rise on up. Nice strong warrior 1. You can widen your stance a little bit if that's helpful. Arms up over the head. Reach through the fingers. Imagine that your feet are pushing the mat in different directions, like they're almost trying to tear it in two here. Pull the right hip back, left hip comes forward. And so we'll practice that water wheel here. So inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, cactus through the arms. Fingers come all the way down to the ground as we bend into the front leg and then rise on up. Again, straighten the leg, cactus back, fingers down, like you're moving through water here. And so with the rhythm of your own breath, we just keep going for a bit here. Don't think about how many you're doing. Just think about the movement with the breath. Lots of work happening in this front leg. And let this be your last one for now. We'll meet just in warrior 1. Rise up. One more breath here. And then reach forward. Hands stay by the ears as we come all the way back down. Until heel your foot back towards center if you need to. And we'll step our right foot back to meet the left in high plank. Pause for breath here. And then exhale, release. Coming into downward dog. And take an inventory of the right side versus the left side. Assure your left side that it's coming. It's going to get its time. And then when you're ready, let's inhale the left leg up. 3-legged dog. Bend through the knee. can always skip this part if you don't like this whole downward dog bit. And then let's bring the left leg through for low lunge. Take a moment to find yourself here. Left knee over left ankle. And then set your right foot down for warrior one. Heel at 6 o'clock, toes at 2. And then when you're ready, let's inhale, arms all the way up. Left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale, arms high. And we move into our water wheel. So inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, cactus the arms. Take as much of a back bend as is comfortable. Bring the fingers down. Scoop it up and forward. And find your rhythm. So if we think about a water wheel moving in a river, and this consistency to its flow, allow yourself to be in that. Maybe you slow it down a bit. And let's take one more. And meet here in warrior one. Reach through the fingers. And then exhale, push down through that back foot. Torso comes parallel to the ground. Pause here for a moment. And then exhale, release. We'll take the hands to the blocks or to the mat and step your foot back to high plank. And then exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. So we'll add on, we'll just do one of those water wheels on each side as we add some more movement to a standing flow. Let's inhale the right leg high. Exhale, bring it through, low lunge. Plant your left foot for warrior one, and then inhale, rise on up. Exhale it out. Inhale, straighten the front leg, and then with your exhale, cactus through the arms, reach back, bring the fingers down, and rise up, warrior one. Exhale, transition to warrior two. So sometimes not the smoothest transition. Make sure that you get your legs in the right spot. Couple of breaths here as we just find length and depth in warrior two. And then exhale, flip the front palm, drop your back arm, lift the right arm up and back. Keep pushing the hips forward. And then let's come through warrior two and exhale into side angle. So right hand resting on the right thigh. Inhale through warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle, and here we'll hold. So let's see if we can find a little bit more depth. Maybe that means bringing this right hand down towards the ground with a block, and move using your elbow to move the right knee back just a bit. Another way to bring some depth would be to work on a bind here. So taking the left hand and bringing it down here by your right hip, opening up through the shoulder. Let's take 3 breaths here. Exhale, and we'll release back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg, and we'll prepare for triangle pose. I like to shorten my stance here so that block can be helpful down by the right foot. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, hips towards the back of your space. Torso and hand and right hand reaches forward, and then tip coming down. Right hand to a block, to the shin, maybe left hand straight up. Let's take 3 more breaths while we're here. And then from here, we'll bring the left hand down to our waist, deep bend into the right leg. If you have your block, you'll move this up as we come into half moon here. So right hand, either on the ground or on a block. Left leg lifts. And maybe the right arm reaches up towards the sky. Gaze can stay down, or you can take it up depending on your balance this morning. One more breath here. And then as we release, we'll come back towards that warrior two. Let's inhale, heels in, toes out, star pose. And exhale, take a forward fold. Again, another place that you can bring the blocks to maybe have in front of you. Bringing release to the low back. Maybe your head lands on a block. So bend the knees as much as you need to for this to be restorative. Ideally, it feels as good as child's pose. And so what can you do to make it so? One more breath in. And then as we release, we'll walk our hands back up towards the top of our mat, framing the right foot. And we'll come into one more twist here. So plant the left hand and inhale the right arm up. One more breath in. Exhale, hands to the mat and step the right foot back. High plank briefly, and then come into downward facing dog. And this time we inhale the left leg up and exhale, bring it through. Plant the right heel down and then inhale on up to warrior one. One round of water wheel. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, open through the chest. Fingers come down. And inhale all the way back up. Exhale, release to warrior two. Adjust the length as you need to. Open through the hips and the shoulders. Inhale, flip the left palm, and then exhale, drop the right arm. Inhale, left arm up and back. And then we'll flow between reverse warrior and side angle. So inhale to warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. One more round. Side angle. Reverse. Back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Oops, nope, I forgot. We're going to hold our side angle. Let's do that. Let's come into that side angle and find some depth here. So maybe bringing the left hand down towards the ground, really deepening through the lunge here. And maybe bringing this right hand down by the left hip, working on a half bind. Two more breaths here. And let's release to warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Whew, those are working. And we'll come into triangle pose. Let's take the hips back, torso and arms forward, and then bring the left hand down, right arm up. So see how you can extend through the spine here, really pushing down through both feet as the strong foundation. Creating a little bit of space between each vertebrae so that they're not collapsing on each other. And then we'll bring the right hand down to the hip as we prepare for half moon. Nice bend in the front knee. Left hand comes up in front and then over to the left. And then when you're ready, lift the right leg. And maybe lift the right arm. One more breath in here. And we'll release back to warrior two. Inhale up through star pose, heels in, toes out. If it feels good to take a deep back bend here, you can. And then let's inhale up, make the feet more parallel as we bring the torso down in front of us. Head towards the mat. So weight is in our heels here. You can test that out just by lifting your toes. And as the head moves down, just want to keep that idea of our weight being in the back of our space here. One more breath in. And then as we release, we'll walk our hands back up towards the top of our space, coming into a lunge here, and inhaling the left arm up, plant the right hand, twist. One more breath in. And exhale, release it down. We'll step the left foot back. Maybe. Sorry, Stella, I don't have a lot of room here. And so just take a moment to realign your hips here. We'll prepare for pigeon pose. So the right leg rises, and then we'll bring it through, knee by your right wrist. Reach the left leg back nice and long, and square through the hips. And before we come to fold, you can place a block under your right hip, if that would be helpful. And also have the blocks in front of you to rest your head on. But as we come to spider fingers here, just take a moment to move the shoulders down away from the ears. Lift the chest. Keep pushing down through the back leg. And then let's come down halfway with the torso. And inhale it back up. Come down halfway again. Inhale it back up. And then this time, come down as far as you're going to for today. You can hold the block with either hand and push it together and let the forehead rest here. And check that your hips are still square, that we haven't let our right glute take all of our weight on the right side, but that we're up on top here. In this posture, listening to your heartbeat, listening to your breath. And just like in our twist to begin, is there a place that you can soften? a place where you can make a little bit more space in the body. Take 2 more breaths here. And then as we unwind, bring our hands underneath the shoulders and rise on back up. Tuck your back toe. You can come through tabletop or downward dog. Sometimes it feels good to extend that leg through down dog. And then we'll prepare for the other side when you're ready. Lift the left leg up and then bring it through. So left knee by left wrist. Extend the right leg nice and long. Square through the hips as the toes keep reaching. Nice long line here. And then we'll spiderweb our fingers, reach up through the crown of the head as the shoulders move down. And exhale, come forward halfway. Inhale back up. And come down halfway again. Inhale back up. And then this time come all the way down. So maybe that's the exact same place as you were on the right side, and maybe it's a little different. Just noticing those differences. And wonder as we do that, as we notice, oh, I'm stronger on this side, I'm more flexible on this side of my body. And what kind of supports can we offer ourselves to help bring a little bit more balance? Three more breaths. And then slowly begin to unwind. And coming back to a downward dog if that feels good. And then we'll lower the knees and cross at the ankles as we come to seated. Just pause with the legs out in front of us or staff pose. Just realigning, resetting here with this nice 90-degree angle. Bend the knees as much as you need to, but take a moment and flex the toes and feel the shoulders. And as I heard this image yesterday, imagine your spine as a stack of golden coins, one stacked on top of the next. Just feel into that for a moment as we push the shoulder blades together just a bit. Pull in the bottom ribs. Nice, strong and sturdy posture here. Feel the ground beneath you. And while it might not look like we're doing much here, the core is fully engaged. One more breath in. And then let's release. We'll go ahead and bend the knees. Place your feet on the ground and lower yourself all the way down. Oh, back to where we started. And we have a couple of poses here. So we did dynamic bridge to begin, and we will take a static bridge here. And you've got the option to use the block or not. So if the block's on you position one, it would be nice, mellow, restorative. This will be a little bit more intense. And then if you want to put the block all the way on its third, if you feel that level of flexibility in your low back today, that is an option. We'll do 2 rounds of bridge and maybe Stella will join us here. So with or without the block, if you are going without, let's take our arms to robot arms here, arms down by the side, and then bend at the elbows, palms face each other, fingers up towards the ceiling. Let's exhale all of our air out. And then inhale, rise on up. Pull, let the hips reach up towards the ceiling, fingers also towards the ceiling. And maybe we get this block underneath here. We'll take 3 breaths. As the heart comes towards the chin, it kind of changes the way that we breathe. Let's keep our neck neutral. And next exhale, we'll slowly release. So if you got the block there, take it out and then slowly bring the hips down. Arms can rest down by your side. Let the knees knock in towards each other. And pause. It's okay. Did you eat some breakfast? Okay. One more round here of bridge pose. So let's place both feet on the ground. And maybe you go back to the same level. Maybe you change it up to you. Onto some robot arms, exhale out all the air. And then inhale, come on up to bridge pose. Take 3 more breaths, wherever you are in bridge. And then slowly release. Remove the block if you can. And lower yourself on down. Take the feet wide. And take the arms out to cactus. Exhale, drop the knees to one side. Inhale up through center. Exhale, drop the knees to the other side. And as feels good, keep up with the windshield wipers. Stella's tail wagging. And then let's come to center. We'll do a twist to close out today. So both feet on the ground to begin. Knees are bent, arms out to a cactus. Just lift the hips up slightly, take them over to the right. And then we'll let both knees fall to the left. So block could feel good right behind your tailbone. There's a possibility here too. Help sort of nudge the spine a bit. Also can put one in between your knees. And entering in with the same gentleness as we started. Noticing that if something is too intense, can you ease out and then come back in with maybe 25% less exertion. And we seek to find a balance between effort and ease and the blocks or our breath, or maybe bending the knees a little bit more, all serve as ways to support that. I think one of the gifts of yoga at home is that you're less apt to go into comparison. Sometimes at a full studio, it's easy to see all of the bodies with different levels of flexibility and different levels of strength. But here in our own sort of circle, this invitation to just let yourself be where you are. Let's take another breath in. And if you have a block behind you, go ahead and remove that, and we'll exhale back to center. Just pause here for a moment as we realign through the hips. Let the low back be flat on the ground. And then we'll prepare for the other side. So lift the hips, move them to the left slightly, and then let both knees fall to the right this time. So if the shoulders don't come all the way down to the ground, that's okay, but we want the energy of them moving down towards the earth. Open up and unwind through the spine. And take 2 more breaths. And then slowly unwind and come back towards center. And then take whatever it is that you need here. Maybe that's bringing the knees in towards the chest. Maybe a little happy baby. And then as you're ready, move into your final resting pose. You could place blocks underneath your knees if that would be comfortable. Recognizing the support of the ground beneath you. And just calling to mind a person or an activity in your life that brings you a sense of support. Let your breath move as a breath of gratitude for that person or that activity. And as you bring your focus and attention back into your body, back into your space. Let the awareness help to wake you back up with a sense of gratitude. Some small movement back into the body, through the limbs. When you're ready, you can take your arms up overhead. And then let's roll to one side. And taking a moment to pause and set yourself up for the week, asking for the grace that you need, setting an intention maybe. And then when you're ready, come on up, seated. And bring our hands together at heart center. And take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. Bring the thumbs to the forehead, asking for peace in our minds. And then the fingers to the lips, kindness in our words, and fingers to our heart, that there may be peace and love here. Wishing you all a wonderful week. Thanks for being with me today. Love and peace. Thanks so much, everybody. Always wonderful to be with you.